That's mostly on time this time. Whoa, before we do go ahead and jump into KOTOR 2, let's go ahead and read the readings for today for December 18th, 2023. This is Monday of the third week of Advent. The first reading for today is from Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5 through 8. Behold, the days are coming, says the Lord, when I will raise up a righteous shoot to David. As king he shall reign and govern wisely. He shall do what is right and just in the land. In his days Judah shall be saved. Israel shall dwell in security. This is the name they give him, the Lord our justice. Therefore the days will come, says the Lord, when they shall no longer say, as the Lord lives, who brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but rather, as the Lord lives, who brought the descendant of the house of Israel up from the land of the north, and from all the lands to which I banished them, they shall again live on their own land. The psalm for today is Psalm 72. Justice shall flourish in his time, and fullness of peace forever. O God, with your judgment endow the king, and with your justice the king's son. You shall govern your people with justice, and your afflicted ones with judgment. Justice shall flourish in his time, and fullness of peace forever. For he shall rescue the poor when he cries out, and the afflicted when he has no one to help him. He shall have pity for the lowly and the poor. The lives of the poor he shall save. Justice shall flourish in his time, and fullness of peace forever. Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, who alone does wondrous deeds, and blessed forever be his glorious name. May the whole earth be filled with his glory. Justice shall flourish in his time, and fullness of peace forever. Alleluia, alleluia. O leader of the house of Israel, giver of the law to Moses on Sinai, come to rescue us with your mighty power. Alleluia, alleluia. The gospel for today is from Matthew chapter 1, verse 18 through 25. This is how the birth of Jesus Christ came about, when his mother Mary was betrothed to Joseph, but before they lived together, she was found with child through the Holy Spirit. Joseph, her husband, since he was a righteous man, yet unwilling to expose her to shame, decided to divorce her quietly. Such was his intention when, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary, your wife, into your home, for it is through the Holy Spirit that the child has been conceived in her. She will bear a son, and you are to name him Jesus. He will save his people from their sins. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. Behold, the virgin shall be with child and bear a son, and they shall call him Emmanuel. Which means, God is with us. When Joseph awoke, he did as the angel of the Lord had commanded him, and took his wife into his home. He had no relations with her until she bore a son, and he named him Jesus. The gospel of the Lord. Praise be to you, Lord Jesus Christ, and the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into some KOTOR 2. Desktop audio is on, so this should be fine. I do see that that should be. We might need to turn it up a little bit, but we'll see. A little bit. Let's see. Okay, so we need to go back to Duxon. We need to go to Citadel Station. Okay. I don't know how that's an active quest. I don't really care about that, honestly. Yeah, we'll just do the new fuel source and call that good, I think. Or we go ahead and continue on with basically going back to Dixon. I'm gonna be honest, I'm glad we're getting off this planet. Was I glad to be able to play through it? Because I never have played the restored content before? Yes. Is it probably also the most unpolished and unfinished part? Yes. I'm sorry to hear that, Tom. I understand that. I'll go ahead and keep you and your family in my prayers. I understand that all too well. We had to do something similar for our cat in June or July, so I do understand. I'm sorry to hear that. That's never fun. I really am sorry to hear that, Tom. I'm sorry that it's been very bad. Yeah, now that it's not so noisy, I understand how hard that can be. We had, yeah, we had to put down our cat this summer, unfortunately, and I still miss him, honestly. He was really the first real pet I've ever had since he was not a fish, and I don't know, I'm not entirely yeah, I was gonna go somewhere that I'd like to talk about, but I'll talk about that later, because I don't think now is the time for that, honestly. I understand, though. As I said, I'll definitely keep you and your family in my prayers. I'm sorry to hear that. Alright, fair enough. Well, probably entertainment model. Yeah, actually, I think entertainment model is correct. Has been a bit of time since we've been here, though. Yeah, honestly, I'm not trying to discourage you, obviously. I'm only just now starting to get over it, and it's been a few months. But I do understand. Lieutenant Gren.
So you've returned. Really? That's great news. The situation here hasn't improved at all. What did you discover? Great. We need fuel, and we need it fast. I'll bring this up with the Telosian Council and urge them to broker a deal with them. Now, I believe I gave you my word that there would be a reward for information leading to the establishment of a fuel source for the station. Never believed for a moment that you'd actually be collecting it. But I'm a man of my word. So here you are. Now, I've got to send this information to the Council right away. What is it?
Yeah. Today was not a bad day for me, though. I went for a bike ride. It was pretty enjoyable. It was a bit cold, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Is that the only thing here? Like, do I want to go back to Narsha, though? Not particularly, I'll be honest. Like, I do, but I'm also just ready to keep moving on. Let me try changing one thing. Hold on. I was wondering about this, honestly. Let's try doing this. Still getting drop frames. Let's see. That, oh, I also need to do one thing. Hold on. I do want to give Punch a lurk. And I will give Possum a lurk too, because I'm already giving Junie a lurk from my phone. Otherwise, I would also give Helicron Ward a lurk. Unfortunately, I don't think I can give... I think you can only give 3 lurks per account, unfortunately, which is unfortunate. We done with the drop frames? Looks like it. Okay. Let's go ahead and try this out now. Let's go back to here. Glad I caught that, because I'm trying a higher kilobytes per second. I'm trying to make it be more stable. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully well, obviously, but still experimenting, hoping to get all that sorted out. Maybe once I get fiber, I can do... so I did have it at 8,000 kilobytes per second. Maybe once I get fiber I can do that, but for now I set it down to 7,000. So just to see how that helps. Hopefully it helps well. Yeah, it was a pretty cold day for a bike ride. Not like crazy cold. I think I could have gone like another 10 degrees cooler, I would say. I probably should have worn warmer socks, but as is, it wasn't awful or anything. Because I wore 2 layers of pants, I wore 2 sweatshirts and a windbreaker. I had the dog ears on, so overall it was actually pretty comfortable. Just, I think, as I said, like 10 degrees cooler. And I would have wanted a little bit more, maybe? I don't know. I did feel pretty comfortable. I have nice thick gloves, which does help a lot.
Ready to head back to camp. Follow me.
Booties, and I think I just need some wool socks.
Then. A man named Kavar wanted to get a hold of you urgently. He said that the Queen had arranged safe passage to Onderon for you, but I don't know how good their offer is anymore. This morning, General Vaklu met with the Council of Lords and declared that the Queen was guilty of treason. He'll be made regent if Talia and her royal guard are defeated. The military is divided on who to support. Civil war has fallen on Isis. I doubt that Queen Talia and her advisor will survive until nightfall. The balance of forces seem to favor Queen Talia. The royal palace is heavily fortified and defensible, and most of the soldiers are loyal to her. But Vaklu has new allies, Sith soldiers and their masters. The war has also driven the caged beasts in the streets mad. Braylor and I both concur. She doesn't stand a chance.
You
Let me begin there.
the Force, Mandalorian. I sense that we may still get to Master Kavar in time. I sense there is something stirring on the moon itself. Tell me, have your senses picked up anything from Duxon?
Yes, we have. How? We picked up some transmissions from nearby in the jungle. Zuka's satellite relay has also picked up several shuttle launches with old Sith transmitter IDs. Some sort of staging base, perhaps.
The
Could be.
Sith forces must be stopped. Otherwise, the Mandalorian is right. Master Kavar and Queen Talia won't survive this day.
All right.
Dividing our forces at a time like this is foolhardy.
And this is why a common soldier will never triumph against a Jedi. Your military tactics are nothing compared to the Force. It is
Good work,
essential
noob.
and inevitable that we face both enemies at the same time. You must choose who will lead the expedition through the jungle to find our enemies and defeat them.
All right.
You should send 2 others to go with the leader. Who else will accompany the expedition? It's your decision. And who else?
Disciple, go to Mandalore. Do I want to send mostly a droid team?
Excellent choice. Now, are you certain of your choices?
Mandalorian warriors will go with you to find the enemy camp. Just let me know when you want to head out. If you need supplies, talk with Kex. After you get into the jungle, you might not have another opportunity to stock up. Let me know if you want to go now. As you wish. Mandalore has arranged for special transportation to get to Isis.
Alright. Everybody gets level ups.
We're close to our objective. I sent the rest of my men to secure the trail behind us. My troops will keep the path to the... I can follow you a little bit further.
Pardon me.
So,
Alright, let me heal, or save, or level up first. I'll figure out what I'm trying to say. Definitely want another point of strength. At least they're on their feet this time, Bowder. Arm Specialist 7, which is good. Just need one more level for that then. Ah, okay. Okay. No. No. Maybe. Oh, maybe. Not opposed to this, actually. This doesn't seem like an awful idea. Well, we have Mandalore, and he's not really going to be close by in T3 M4. So it could be a good idea for later, so we'll just go ahead and do that for now. That's why. Okay. Alright. I think he's so close, but... I mean, if we're going to be doing range damage, then yeah, that does absolutely make sense. Alright. Like more damage, please. Alright, that seems about as good as we can get for the time being. Well, hopefully, nothing at the moment. Oh, do we not have any health? Okay, I was gonna say, do we not have... Alright, we don't have very... Oh, boy. Yeah, let's go, I guess. Hopefully it goes well. Yeah, I was gonna say, I might have messed something up, and I know I definitely found a glitch where I technically got beyond where I should have been initially, but I'm not really sure at the same time. Honestly, it's the restored content. I appreciated it being back, but it's somewhat obvious that it needs a bit more work, because obviously it was never originally in the game, so it's just kind of a thing, unfortunately. You guys make me awfully nervous with how close you stand whenever I'm disarming a mine.
Past the mines.
A Type 2 perimeter motion relay. That particular model has several security vulnerabilities and design flaws. Stealth field generators can fool them. If one of us could get close to it, I know the corporate override code for it. Amateurs shouldn't even bother building security technology.
So, you aren't completely ignorant in the ways of battle? Good. But all of you must pass through its perimeter, and undetected would be better. Avoid the mines. If any of the ones close to the sensor are detonated, then we shouldn't even bother.
Yes, I do. And let's go ahead and get a stealth belt. Yes.
We'll be back shortly.
I think we are gaining health back over time. Pardon me. Oh yeah, slowly, but still, might be fine then. We'll find out. But yeah, I don't know if I'd want to play the restored content mod again, just because of how frustrating it is. I probably will, because the rest of it is fine. It's just that one planet, you can obviously tell that there's a reason it was cut. I mean, the mines weren't set off, so I'm not sure exactly what just happened there. No, Darth... I don't remember Darth Sign showing up at all. I'm trying to remember now, because it's been like a month or so? So it has been a while, because I've been unintentionally not streaming. Which has not been on purpose, just something that kind of happened, honestly. Been busy. I've been trying to get my wife to do Wholesome Monster Girl Academia with me at night. And she has been a sleepy girl. Which is not a problem, just an observation. Also, they said if the mines blew up... Well, I guess maybe our stealth wasn't high enough. That's a possibility. Okay. Get these guys back? Alright. Interesting. I'm wondering why mine didn't then. I'm trying to figure out if...
Let's get this over with.
Maybe it's because I didn't have the computer blow itself up at the end and I decided to make it work for us. That's a possibility. I'm just trying to figure out why it would be different. It is possible they put it elsewhere, that's true too. It definitely seems like it's still a thing that is very much so in was in development. I don't know if it is anymore. Speaking of which, in terms of in development, did you happen to hear about the debacle that's currently going on with the Switch version of KOTOR 2? So basically, the people that have been porting it, Asper, if I remember correctly, promised that they would go ahead and get the restored content on the Switch version, which would basically make it the definitive console edition. And then they were silent about it a year, and only just recently, like within the last... maybe it was 2 months, they went ahead and said they were not doing that anymore. And with how long they'd just been silent about it and just a couple other things, it's kind of left a bad taste in people's mouths, which is somewhat understandable. And I think that all they did was give you 2 free games, Star Wars games, even if you already happen to have them, which most people probably already had most of the Star Wars games they were interested in at this point. I still don't have Star Wars Racer, because I kind of want the Dreamcast version, admittedly. I think the Dreamcast version is actually... I think they ported the N64 version, and I've heard the Dreamcast version is pretty good, and I'm curious about that. That's just been something that's been going on with that at the moment.
This is my first day on Duxon. My predecessor displeased our masters.
You guys think they have their ducks in a row?
The fool let KAMax through the perimeter. The Sith don't tolerate any failure. I'm the 5th captain to command this base camp. The camp sits in the shadow of a tomb. My subordinates say that the body of an ancient warlord named Freedon Naird lies inside. We don't know why we're here. We sit and make sure that no beasts come into our camp, and especially that they don't reach the tomb itself. A bleak assignment. Signing off. This jungle feels similar to Korriban before it fell after the war. Everyone is on edge. Executions for infractions are commonplace here. 50% more than my previous command. There's a blood...
Dexal drops the short stick yet again? Basically, yeah.
The beasts here
Unfortunately.
assault our mined perimeter. We had to replace the minefields 4 times so far. We received more equipment and more men today. The equipment went straight inside the tomb. As usual, I have no idea what it contained. We're expecting more Sith to arrive any day. They want us to capture one of the beasts for them. No explanation. There never is. Signing off.
I did see one speculation about it, that the reason maybe that happened is because it's kind of hard to get a lot of the rights to all the mods, because it's a bunch of different people working on it, and if even just one person says no, they can go ahead and turn it off completely. So that might be what happened there.
Coded messages from orbit and from Onderon. Some sort of conflict is brewing. I think we have
But they probably shouldn't have announced that if they weren't sure at the time.
alert against what they won't say. Master said something about a disturbance in the Force. Well, what does that even mean? How do I prepare for that?
Yeah.
From from his tone, the threat is serious. We've put a double shift on monitoring the aerial sensor grid. The only thing that could worry our masters so much has to be a dropship invasion from the Onderon military. We will be prepared.
No, you won't.
Sith said soon we'll have reinforcements. I asked for details. He said it was a surprise. I hate the ones with a sense of humor. Sith jokes are very pleasant.
True.
Signing off.
About those already. It's been such a long time. Like, I've done the beginning to KOTOR 2 a bunch of times, but I do admittedly happen to be forgetting this section at the moment. As I seem to always do. For some reason. Like, I have a brief memory of it, but not the full details. I seem to recall using a lot of mines here. Oh, alright.
To die first. Who wants to die first?
Like I say, I don't think Mandalore is gonna die. Bowder does better damage, he just does not have good shield, unfortunately. And I did not bring enough medkits, I've decided. I am kind of curious. Let's see, you're 44, 29, and... like, honestly, his defense is kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm okay with that. Alright, Baldur, time to get back up. It's okay. Yeah, what is your defense at? 20. Can we get anything better than that? I'm going to guess no. That does have some regeneration, admittedly. Powered light battle armor. You don't have any... yeah, so that just does not work, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, you can try that. They'll give you a little bit of health and such back. They run away before it explodes on you. Electromesh armor, I think we just saw that. This grenadier. Oh gosh, those are grenades. Blows up. As I said, I seem to remember mines being a pretty key part of my strategy. Come on down here, guys. Follow into the mines. Come on, you know you want to. How many mines do we even have? Probably enough for the time being. Honestly, I'm not too scared of the grenadiers as I was the I guess I should say I'm not as scared. They can still be dangerous, though. They do have grenades, after all. But between that or, can't remember what it was. The Sith Apprentice? I'll take the Grenadiers. His teammates' HP does still happen to be quite high. Or defense, I should say. The HP probably is pretty high, too. I will say the Restored Planet mod does happen to help make your robot teammates a lot better, as we can see here. But it gives them a couple of boosts here and there. And I'm not opposed to that. Alright, you guys, time to pick back up. There you go. Just gonna T-pose on in, huh? Alright. Guess I never mind. I think teammates' defense is too good. We have enough construction kits for him, so. Get on in there, Bowder. Just. Oh, you didn't die this time. Congratulations. Good job for you. I'm sorry, I did not bring it. T-posing into existence again, I see. I should have brought more med packs. Oh, having 44 defense is pretty nice. But who watches the Watchman Blaster? I don't know. Somebody, probably. Is there more enemies about to spawn in? And they did. Dominator gauntlets, more construction kits, alright. Hey, yeah. Board is disabled, alright, fair enough. Just hobble in there, Bowder. I'll distract them, you do the damage. Hey, now he can live again. I didn't realize your demolitions was so low. That makes more sense then. Okay. Oh, that's just when another. Okay, that makes sense then. I just can't read. Truly, truly. I should learn how to read. sorry, just the way that noise. It was funny. Oh, Sith Lords, okay. Yeah, just attack the robot. Oh, they're actually doing damage, okay.
Take him down.
I'll be honest, I was not expecting them to actually deal damage. But I guess I should not be surprised when a Sith Lord shows up. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We can stall them out while Mandalore over here just blasts them. What was that? Truly, I tell you, that was one of the best force pushes of all time. Alright, I'll just molten cannon you to death, I guess. There we go. It's all good. It's okay. Who would win? 2 Sith Lords, or a robot and Mandalore, and a punchy guy? Improved beam gem lens. Alright, fair enough. That's fair, Humps. Not a problem. I'm hoping to play that tonight with the wife. We will see. She said it's a possibility. So we will see.
I had to run to catch up with you. You've made impressive progress.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Camp lies in ruins. I told Kelborn of your progress. The rest of your squad is already en route to ISIS. Also, Kex checked our sources for any information about this place. Kex believes that this is the tomb of Frida Nad. We knew it was somewhere on this moon. We had no idea how close it was to our camp. Some sort of fallen Jedi. He conquered Onderon long ago and became their king. The royal line is directly descended from him. That part of Onderon history the citizens try to leave buried and forgotten. Frida Nad was a dark Jedi. The stories say he was far worse than Revan and Malak ever were. This place is tainted, and the Sith presence here makes the danger great. I am
Fair.
returning outside. My attention is required to keep the path to our camp clear.
The time for practice is over. There are intruders in the tomb and they cannot be allowed to reach our master. The ritual must not be interrupted. I don't need to mention the price of failure. Men, follow me.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. Well, I guess if they know we're here. Well, hold on, Baldur. We'll get going, but... that should give you a bit of health. Maybe not the most, but... better than 0. Nobody for that direction, okay. Hmm. There's 1, 2. But the only downside to teammate here is that he cannot do better attacks than basic attack, which that's his biggest downside. But he does to be a pretty durable robot. Pendant little guy. Alright, time to get up, Baldur. No more napping. There you go. That's parasitic. I wasn't sure. I want to make sure I wasn't misunderstanding. Right, enjoy then. That's fair. I will probably be going till 10. It might be Wholesome Monster Girl Academia by the time you get back. I'm waiting to see if my wife is down for that tonight. She has said she'd like to. So I'm hoping that happens tonight, but she also gets very tired right at 8, so it's like, okay, fair enough. I suppose I can't be mad at her. Alright, let's use Bowder. We'll save. And we will see how it goes. Okay, 6 times 2 would be 12. Or divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 would be 3. Six minus 2? 4. I do multiply. $20. Okay, let's see. 20, or it could be 4. Okay, I think I got it. Yep, okay. Took me a second. Basic math, which I almost failed. Fear disrupting emitter and crystal green. Okay. But I didn't fail, and that is, I'd call that a key factor here. It did take me probably way longer. Math, the true final boss, right? Even though I play so many RPGs, math still takes me a second to go, wait. Hold on, let me do this equation in my head. And if you forget to carry that number just wrong once...
Take them down.
Bowder's doing pretty good work over there. Not gonna lie. Now the question is, are we going to get a second math problem? I would guess yes, honestly. Yeah, focus on the robot that has way too high defense. I'm okay with this. Bowder's about to go down, though. A little Bowder that did pretty good, though. That's the bedrock of RPGs, just has Dungeons Dragons player. That's true. I am looking forward to starting Pathfinder here soon, but we will see. I am looking forward to Pathfinder, honestly. I'm just so tired of the stupid stuff they've been throwing into it. It's like, guys, you don't need this. But that's kind of the same for D&D 5th edition too. As well, I should say, not 2, because 5th edition 2 could actually be a thing. at some point. It's not currently, but it could be. Ooh, more life support packs. Good. So Indy? I mean, that's true. Name the dog Indiana. We named you Junior. See. Oh no. Alright. We do not get another chance, but listen, this one there's too much going on. Just make it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Like, I don't know what this stuff means. Alright. Cast the net on the Queen of Crit server on the 26th. Nice! I hope that goes well then. Nope, not that one. We'll get it eventually. This one seems like it's just stupid guessing, whereas the other one... And maybe I'm wrong too, but this way just seems easier to me. Trial, yeah, very much so. This one felt very trial and error. Maybe there's an easier way to do it. I won't deny that possibility. But, that one did not seem as well thought out. And maybe that's on me. I will not deny that possibility. I won't even deny that possibility. Pasta. I might be able to power up one of the weapons a little bit more. So before I go down there, which I know is going to have more things for us to shoot, I should see if I can shoot them better. So shoot them better, man. We got done rewatching The Muppet Christmas Carol, so the Ghost of Christmas Present is kind of in my head at the moment. I'm not necessarily opposed to. I miss old Muppets back when they were really good, and now... Before, I mean, Disney had them, but at the same time, it's like, let's see. Oh, hey. Mandalorian Chamber Mark 3, even more damage, okay. Okay. Pardon me. Defense goes down to 41. That's fine. George C. Scott, Christmas Carol's a different version? I don't know. Does George C. Scott, Christmas Carol have a narrator? Because if it doesn't, that kind of does happen to, lose a lot. The narrator do kind of be vital.
Let's go.
Is that the droid you're looking for? It probably is. How you doing, Yugen? He's a friendly droid. I keep calling him teammate, and I don't know. So I've been meaning to point this out to myself. I've been calling him teammate because I thought they were trying to be clever and go for elite. T3M4 is not teammate. That'd be T3M8. Scott is a perfect script. I thought the scripts that they did for Muppet Christmas Carol was really good too. Pardon me. I cannot remember his name though, because I am awful with names. Nice. Yeah, I saw you were asking for people to play. If I was not already planning to do KOTOR 2 tonight, as well as Wholesome Monster Girl Academia, hopefully with my wife, I would have told you I was... Oh, Internet's too poopy for streaming? I'm sorry to hear that. I need to contact... So we just got fiber recently available in the area, and I need to actually call, and I'll do that tomorrow to get set up. Technically, they emailed me. And they've sent a bunch of requests via text. You're having a storm there right now? Fair. That makes sense then. One of the people emailed me though, and they had they/them in their signature for the internet company we're looking at. So I was like, listen, I met somebody else at the state fair this year. I'm gonna call them instead because they probably don't have they/them in their signature. Sorry, pal. You don't get the commission. Is that a little mean? Maybe. But listen, I don't need that. It's like, you're wrong, pal. I'm sorry. Sorry.
What's going on?
It is fair that I met them at the state fair, but don't shh. Think you're buying Mikey? You still have some V-Bucks? Oh, is TMNT in the store at the moment? Which Mikey is it, out of curiosity? Is it the classic Mikey, or is it the Seth Rogen TMNT, Yugen? I guess there's a bunch of different TMNTs, isn't there? There's the Seth Rogen TMT, there's the classic, there's the original comic TMNT, there's the Michael Bay TMNT, there's the Nickelodeon TNT, there's the Nickelodeon TMNT, there's the one that was on Foxbox, like back in the mid-2000s, which I actually enjoyed. I did enjoy that one. It has the Lego version though? Fair. That admittedly does probably sound like it's the Seth Rogen version. Just because I know that's the most recent version. I don't remember hearing that it reviewed very well. Now I want to check. Hold on. TMNT, Mutant. I'm sure it'll pull up the rest because I cannot remember. Mutant Mayhem. Yep. 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 96%, but let's be honest, nobody trusts Rotten Tomatoes these days. It just looked so bad too, was the other part. They received positive reviews from critics, but that doesn't mean much. Don't care about that. I'm looking to see what people said, not what reviewers said. Yeah, you guys aren't giving me... Yeah, I don't care. Alright. Just figured I'd check. Basically just... Jujutsu Kaisen is also? Walking Dead is in here too, and Terminator. Oh, Terminator's there, really? Rotten Tomatoes is a joke. It didn't used to be a joke. Rotten Tomatoes actually used to be good. But yeah, now it's just like, people trust Rotten Tomatoes still? IMDb is a better source, honestly. Because that's mostly just, what's Jujutsu Kaisen? Is that the rabbit? I am kind of curious about the Terminator skin, I won't lie, but I am trying not to spend any more money, especially on skins that I barely care about. I'll be honest, if they put like in a Homer Simpson skin, I'd probably buy that. There's probably some other Simpson skins I probably would buy. I'll be honest, I need to keep grinding out the Family Guy skin just for the lulz, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I care that much. Because P-Tony, I don't think the Family Guy skin works in LEGO Fortnite, so why do I care? Guys Arcadia skin I would definitely do. Some Mega Man skins I would do. I would do Lord of the Rings skins. Unless it's the Lord of the Rings based off the Magic the Gathering, where they made Aragorn black for... I don't know why. I don't know why they made him black. There was no reason to make Aragorn black. Obviously, I have nothing against... you know, I'm just gonna leave it there. You guys all know what I'm gonna say. You guys all know how I feel. To sum it up, as the Catholic Church states, God made all of us equal. And God loves each and every one of us. We are all made in his image. The end. That's all that really needs to be said about that. It's just weird when people change stuff where it's... They did the same thing to... Yeah, I just don't... I don't get it. Like, guys, you can introduce a new character. You don't have to just change...
Anyone who's been marked by our masters can do it. Yes, you're getting the hang of it now. It's so easy. But how did they do it? You doubt our master's power. They have erased the minds of these beasts and made them our obedient servants. With an army of these,
I can understand that.
Defeat us. No one, of course. Now the next... The intruder is here. Beast, attack!
So if you think that those beasts are going to help you that much, you are sorely mistaken. Oh, there's about to go down. You could get all 4 for a little more than brace. I mean, if you have enough, I would go for it. If you don't, I would not. So if you really like TMNT, as I said, I enjoyed the one on Foxbox. I don't know how people feel about that one. That's fair. There another just see what there's an ancient terminal, so there's probably something in here. Pardon me. 1600 for one. Dang. That's like 20 bucks. 20 bucks for one skin? Dang, Seth Rogen, you greedy. Now, to be fair, I don't think I can blame that one on Seth Rogen. I think that he probably got I think he got permission to make the movie because I think Nickelodeon owns them at the moment. But at the same time, it's like, dang. So listen, as much as I may not like the man, I can't blame him for things that he didn't do. Santa Inc., absolutely can blame him for. Sausage Party, absolutely can blame him for. The fact that they're making a sequel, Sausage Party, absolutely can blame him for. Are there various reasons because he has really bad takes? Absolutely can blame him for. The price of a TMNT skin, don't think I can blame that one for him. I could be wrong. That's true. Honestly, I think that's one of the few things Nick has going for them these days. I know people are starting to get really tired of Nick, is my understanding. But I don't think the new Rugrats did very well. I think people are over Blue's Clues because of what they did a few years ago. I think people still enjoy Loud House for some reason. I don't know why. I've never been interested in Loud House, and it's never been good. Hot take. I'm surprised Bowder hasn't died yet. Not that I'm upset. I spoke a little too soon. Captain, why are you punching me? I don't even know if you do any damage. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have kind of been wanting to read the original TMNT. I've heard it's really interesting, like the first couple. I don't know how much, but I know that the original TMNT was very different than what people see TMNT these days, which is not a problem. Just curious. That's a lot of robots. We'll come back that way. I want to see what's over here. Cartoons. I know a little bit about what's going on in anime because the people in my Discord, but I haven't. Yeah, I basically know what's going on with One Piece and Star Trek Prodigy and Lower Decks, and that's basically it that I'm interested in for modern cartoons, because I don't care about I have no interest in Rick and Morty. I have no interest in Loudmouth, because that's Big Mouth, pardon me, I should say, because that's absolute hot garbage. I'm just listing off things that I know exist. I'm trying to think of what else exists. I know for One Piece, apparently Netflix is making a new anime of it, which is like, guys, listen, you got it with live action One Piece. You don't need to go ahead and mess up the source material. Hold on now. This sounds like a bad plan, Netflix. Did you learn from Cowboy Bebop? Mainly, I think I've heard that the, I think I have heard that the live-action Yu Yu Hakusho is actually pretty decent, too. I'm interested in watching that. That's I've mainly gotten to the Foxbox TMNT. Aside from that, I'm right there with you. I've never really gotten into TMNT. It's kind of like how people will go ahead and be like, I really like Crash Bandicoot. And I'm just like, okay. Glad for you or something, I guess. I have never really been into the marsupial. I've tried playing these games, never really enjoyed them that much. I do plan to play through all of the original 3 at some point, because I have the Rewumped, or whatever it's called. I'm gonna pretend it's called Rewumped, because that just makes me laugh. But I can't remember what they called it. I'm pretty sure if I brought a Jedi with me, which I wish I had now, that we would have gotten something going on with that, but I'm not sure. Maybe I could have brought Kreia. Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil. She lives on a hill. Don't remember the rest. Oh, you didn't need to do both? Fascinating. Okay. Did not realize that at the time. I mean, it gives us extra experience. Or roll. Honestly, if the grenade was not totally just gonna... Yeah, just get in there, Bowder. Distract them for 30 seconds, please. I know you're about to go down. Sorry, pal. I'll heal you soon. I just know that you're gonna drop, so it's like, I'll heal you before we go into the big fight. But, this isn't the big fight. Come on, Sleepy.
What's going on?
Wait, hold on.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Oh, is that our last advanced med pack? Might have been. Yeah, alright. Guess I should have, Yeah, never mind. We're fine. I thought that the life support pack healed all the way. Silly me. Nope. You silly Billy. So speaking of Silly Billy, I've been rewatching Venture Brothers because the movie came out this summer, so I was I meant to kind of rewatch it before the movie came out this summer anyways, because I do like Venture Brothers, kind of. I really like the first 2 seasons, and season 3 is fine, but I feel like honestly each successive season kept getting worse and worse, and I know some people probably would disagree with that, but it is definitely how I feel. Especially once they introduced Sergeant Hatred, that was like, okay, this is a little creepy now. It's basically that one meme where we have, and here we have the writer's barely disguised fetish. It's like, but that's not what I want to see. I could be wrong about that, but it's just like, I don't know. If I am wrong on that, I do apologize. Don't get me wrong, because that is entirely something that I could be wrong on.
Captain, we need just one more.
This won't take long.
Get him, Bowder. There is admittedly aspects to the later Venture Brothers I do enjoy, but just overall it does feel like it was a drop in quality.
Something you need.
Don't all TV shows get progressively worse? I'll be honest, they either get progressively worse or they die the hero. And the only TV show that I can really think of dying the hero at this exact moment, Hums, is Arrested Development. But that's when it got canceled the first time. They should not have brought back season 4 and 5. It died just fine. Season 4 and 5 was bad. I might argue original Star Trek as well, because original Star Trek was pretty good. I would probably also say that Star Trek The Next Generation got progressively better, because once Riker grew the beard out, it got better. And Deep Space Nine, I don't know, I'd have to watch more of Deep Space Nine, so I guess it depends. There is enough shows that probably have a pass, but I'd have to think about it some more too. Like, Simpsons should have ended a long time ago. I have heard the newer seasons of Simpsons are actually pretty decent. There was another one I just had on my tongue where Family Guy should never have been revived either. It was fine the first 2 seasons, and then got worse.
You're too late. We have done what needed to be done. Soon, Onderon shall fall, and with it, the Republic shall die. But what
No,
is
you.
this? Of course, the Force has guided you here. It echoes within you, yet I sense it is untrained. It is good you have sought us out. This tomb is strong with the dark side. Here is where you will take your first steps on the path to your destiny.
No thanks, bro.
What lies has your master spread? What have they denied you in their ignorance? The Jedi preach calm and serenity while wallowing in weakness and hypocrisy. They would have you become a puppet of the Force. They would have you deny the strength of your emotions, the strength of your own will. Can't you feel the power of this place? It echoes through you like a second voice. Accept it. Embrace it. So you seek to save me? From what? With the dark side, there is no knowledge forbidden, no restraints. What can you possibly offer me? Can't you feel the power? Here, within the walls of this tomb. Just embrace it. Don't limit your potential.
That's true, Holmes, yeah.
A shame.
Somebody's chosen death. Let me tell you. Probably isn't me. Oh, hold on. I was saying that's gonna be close. Run, Mandalore.
I'll take you.
Oh, has it really not been go- Oh, you gotta wait. Okay.
I'll take care of this. I'll take care of this. I'll take
Time to run, Mandalore. I knew the mines came in favor. That's how it is in video games, at least movies. It's more common for the second film to fall off and never recover. That's true. There's some exceptions here and there. Star Wars did pretty well. I would even say that the prequels did the reverse of that.
I'll take care of this.
Move back to T3M4. I guess it's a good thing I didn't leave the battle. Where'd they go? I mean, I didn't leave the battle. The battle left me. Try this. I have a plan. I don't know if it'll work. Uh-oh. Try this again.
Break the ritual now. You're too late.
Okay, let's try this again.
Last for it. What's going on?
I'll take care of this. I'll take care of this.
And now we run around the circle till we get enough health back to lay another mine. Get them, remote! Get them!
I'll take care of this. I'll take care of this.
Dang it, dude! Run to my mines! Your life is in the hands of Roomba? Yeah. Listen, he's a very useful Roomba. Like, you're not wrong, but this Roomba is very nice. A Roomba and some mine. There goes the other one. Wait, did remote go down? I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
I'll take care of this.
Said the spider to the fly. Couldn't you see the bloody bombs? Demo man? Seriously, where'd remote go? Hopefully he comes back. He's kind of needed for the story, not gonna lie. It might sound weird that he's central to the story, but he do be. This B team was not awful. Could have been a little better, but...
What you have done is beyond words. You fought like a Mandalorian.
You do realize you're talking to Mandalore, right?
We'll take you back to the
Looting a tomb, this game really is just Star Wars D&D. Yeah.
what you've discovered.
Bowder does not look so good at the moment.
After you left, your squad.
Pardon me.
Zaga said that he and your friends are making good progress through the jungle. Trust me, this is worth the wait. And here it is. A salvaged Basilisk war droid. Mandalore said that he would make it available to you for insertion into the city of Iziz. I assure you, they won't know what hit them. The Basilisk war droid is the epitome of weapon technology, state-of-the-art weaponry, armor, and maneuverability. Unfortunately, its weapons systems aren't fully functional yet, as are some other unimportant support systems. But she will get you to Iziz in one piece. Their fighters won't be able to stop that. Minor systems, nothing you need concern yourself with.
Such as?
Modified the interior to hold 3 people. Maybe a little tight. You need to leave immediately. Iziz is in the grip of a civil war, so there'll be considerable resistance. They remember the last time Basilisk war droids visited their planet. Fight ferociously. And if you die, take as many as you can with you.
Well, I already know the 2 I want to bring with me. No, I don't want Kreia. Kreia sucks. Fine. Is the party configuration you want? No, but it's the one you're forcing me with.
A basilisk? A basilisk here? Mandalorians are attacking the city! Talia has made an alliance with the Mandalorians. Men, destroy them.
I wouldn't go that far, Holmes. I would say... How would I describe Kreia? Let me think about this. As she gets blasted down because she's level 10. How would I describe Kreia? Kreia is probably one of the more interesting characters, honestly, because she tries in a decent enough way to show you that even if you have good intent, you can have bad consequences with that. Which I think is an interesting idea. And the way the game presents it doesn't inherently happen to be bad. It's just that the fans take it too far. As you can probably imagine, we're like, oh, she guys, being evil is the right way. Oh, whoa. It's like, shut up, please. You obviously did not get the point here. Kreia just annoys me because it's like, listen, even if there's bad consequences, that doesn't mean you go ahead and don't do the right thing. You go ahead and try to fix the bad consequences. You learn from your mistakes. You try to do all that you can in order to make it better. That doesn't just mean you go, oh, uh-oh, it bad. Gonna go ahead and be bad now. It's like, no. Stop that. Get some help. Stop that. Get some help. What's wrong with you guys? Come on, man. Dude. Your strength, huh? Wasn't your strength 1? Interesting, okay. When will you learn? When will you learn your actions have consequences? Dual strike is not necessarily bad. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about that. What did it do? Actually, this might... Don't need that. Realized I spent that. Unfortunately, wish I had not. Deflection rules, that's not bad. Well, that's true, Holmes. They did a very bad job, because Kreia actually happens to be a very good insert. So maybe that's true, but as I said, they didn't do it very well. Yeah, I'll level you up in a second. I should start leveling that up, honestly. I haven't gotten any heal yet. That would not be bad to grab, honestly. Listen, Kreia, just so you don't die in one hit, I'll level you up. Oh, you gain 2 powers. Okay. Kreia has dark side powers. Is she evil? Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Ooh. I was wondering about that. Listen, I definitely don't hate Star Wars, and I actually really prefer KOTOR 2 over. Favorite dark side power? Puppy launcher. Me. I would not be surprised if that was not, in fact, a dark side power, honestly. It would absolutely make sense. 1 second. I want to give Matt a lurk here. And actually, now is a good time for me to use the restroom. So I will do that as well. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. I can also ask my wife if she's coming downstairs.
I will kill you, Joyful.
Oh, that's a clip.
Our first meeting when we meet Joyful, I'm just gonna snap your neck. Not actually, of course. That's a sin. That's very bad. Don't do that.
Barack Obama. Excuse me. I am the big cheese.
Third assistant, back up.
Can somebody clip that? I should have died.
I'm surprised I'm in second place right now.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I mean, I understand. Yay, I won! Didn't they make it so you can get Ninja Gaiden on a different console? Oh, okay! Those guys are invisible, by the way. I was gonna say, even though it does happen to be something that's sinful, it is... What?
Whoa! How'd you manage that?
Yeah, don't know. Don't know. Do we have any more power cells, or can we kill the golem? Oh, never mind! I didn't realize I had
Do we
another
have
one.
any more
My
power
bad.
cells, he says.
Apparently.
My bad! I regret everything! The worst part is this is the second time now that I've done this.
I'm gonna need that grenade launcher back from you. I might have a use.
I had Subway for dinner, or for lunch. I had a nice meatball sub. Yep, the meatball sub is very nice from the Subways. No, stay. Wait, hold on, you're gonna fall off. I think you're fine. Hi. Hello. I'll just pull this up a little bit. Oh, hello, Glitch. Beautiful. Beautiful. Truly a beautiful vision. Okay, there we go. Good. Nope! I thought, pausing for a second would stop this glitch, but, let's just... Alright, you good? Nope. Okay, fine. I'll just say it's some kind of new force power to intimidate people as I go into battle. Those are the only two. No, we got. Yeah, just those two. Okay. Huh. We'll do that then. I mean, you can't know that. You can only suspect that. Okay, I'm gonna do that one more time. That one wasn't bad. I like that. Wasn't bad. Which one is sneaky quest? Oh gosh! Ah! Ah!
Not good in any
Don't scare me! Stop!
Usually defined as.
Stop!
As an adverb, bad
Leave me alone.
Defined as badly. For more, ask me to give you more definitions
No!
for bad.
Bad, Alexa. No, leave me alone. Oh, I just want to mute you. Are you off? Hello? Alexa? No, go away. See if I can turn you off. Technical feat. Listen, guys, I don't want to see anybody's feet on a video game. Thanks. I know it's a different feat. I'm just making a dumb joke.
Yeah.
Let the Joyful's feet covered in olive oil. That I want. He asked me to wear them on stream because he thought it'd be funny, and he's not wrong. It is funny. So I'm wearing them. Fancy. But yeah, the other thing, since I got the new webcam, since my old webcam was 12 years old, the application that I'm using actually works now. Sorry about that. Needed to also bring the mail in. The mail got here very late today, but we are back here now. Need that. Well, you kind of... Yeah, okay. Honestly, Kara, you kind of... Ah, okay. Alright, now that you're not level 10, you're level, like, what, 20? 19? Alright. I don't really want to give you more levels, not gonna lie to you. I don't know if me giving you more levels will make my life harder later. I'd assume not. But it's a thought that I've had, and now I'm curious. And if we really need to, we can level you up at the last second. Can't go this way.
I recognize you. You're that off-worlder. Come, we have no time. Vaklu's forces have overrun the sky ramp. The royal palace could fall any minute. We must save the queen.
Oh, nice. That works out pretty well then.
Your enemy has indeed revealed himself.
I anticipated the Sith. Those beasts weren't in my battle plan.
Even now, Vaklu is using them to breach the palace. I will not surrender to that usurper. I would die first.
Every man here would give their life to keep that from happening.
There is hope. It is faint, but growing stronger. I think my message was received.
Which message? What are you talking about?
An old student is returning. I don't think the Sith are going to know what hit them.
This way! This way to the sky ramp!
We're just gonna trust him blindly? I mean, don't get me wrong. I actually think he's a good guy. So maybe I guess I would do the same thing too. Say, a 100-pound china cabinet for your mother that you had to carry though. Dang, that is pretty heavy. I assume you had help with that. I hope you had help with that.
Shield checkpoints along this path. Vaklu's forces have held this ramp for over a standard hour. That means they control the checkpoints now. If we can get to the turret tower up ahead, we can deactivate the first barrier. The forces we're encountering right now are their rear guard. The fighting will get tougher the closer we get to the front of the battle line.
Sure. Have fun spinning. Spin! I'm not stealing a bit. You can't prove that. I may in fact be stealing a bit.
The Royalists in the bunker are contained. We deploy as soon as the reinforcements arrive. A Jedi? Here? Men,
Good.
attack!
I'm glad B's helping. Yeah? Imagine how it must feel to watch all of your comrades get just sliced down around you and you're stuck in the air. Can't do anything. That's kind of terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. Just watch all your comrades get slaughtered. Like, 12 people versus 4. Okay, I forgot. You're here. Nah. It's a 4. The 4 win. GG no re.
Is the Jedi still? We're under attack, man!
I mean, you don't have to be under attack. You could surrender. I'd let you live, I promise. Dang, 155 damage. Would not want to be on the receiving end of that.
The palace has been breached.
I wouldn't have tried it. Jobbers have no concept of negotiation. Yeah, that sounds about right, unfortunately. Okay.
We've taken the palace. I wait for Talia's blood.
The beast's progress is remarkable, but it will take time, General. The throne room's force shields are far stronger than
Our plans go well, Tobin, but we are still vulnerable until she is dead. Even now, it will unravel. Redouble your efforts. Disturbing news from the city.
As you command,
2004. I know you're just making a comment, but that was, I mean, they had that in the first KOTOR as well, so they probably were like, well, we gotta have a little bit. I actually kind of don't mind the turret sections. Not gonna lie. It makes sense for this case. Admittedly, maybe I don't mind it because of...
Good. One of Acklu's slicers has control of the security grid. He blew up that power conductor. Their slicer has to be using a palace security terminal. They've already locked down all secondary computer systems on the sky ramp. Until we deal with their slicer in the palace, you can bet that there will be more surprises up ahead.
Yeah. Not scared. Oh, that looks like the right way. This joke about the period where every yeah, I was gonna say, I'm thinking of one, like the one I'm thinking of is
Hold your fire. They're with us. Thank you.
Hold on.
Acklu's supporters stormed our position. The beasts have gone mad and attack on their command. Please go to the palace. We received a transmission that the palace grounds have been breached. If so, they don't have much time. You two, follow the Jedi. The rest of us will hold our position. We don't have much time.
Hold on, let me see if I can upgrade my lightsaber, then we'll go. Armored flight suit, interesting. Actually, now that I think about it, come here, you. Not upgradable. Boo. Though the damage is not bad. I guess for the time being we can do that. That's a little too much. This, I don't want to die. Unstoppable, you say? Well, okay, fair enough. I do kind of want to have a massive critical. Yeah, once again, I do want to have a massive critical on each. Alright, alright, alright. That's fair. Yeah, okay. Hi, Britt, how are you doing? Sorry about that, I didn't see that at first. I apologize. Alright, I think we're ready to move on.
I hope that you get to the Queen in time.
You and me both. How's your day been, Britt? I hope it's been good. Speed! Oh.
We need reinforcements. A Jedi Knight is assaulting our flank. Hold the line. Attack, men. Attack.
Well, I tried.
More where that came from. Time to even the odds.
Between you and me, I would not have, I would have surrendered. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, fairly slow work today. I got free enemies, so nice with the bishop. Oh, nice! Ultimate friend just started streaming again for the first time in 3 years, so I just said hi to him. Nice!
Good, some reinforcements.
That's always good to hear.
The Jedi, we're gonna retake the palace. We've got to stop General Vaklu before he gets to the Queen.
I'm very glad to hear that. I'm doing pretty well. It was a nice day. I honestly looking forward to work tomorrow. I finally start my first... Oh, I meant to message my former contact. I'll do that in a second.
Run! Run!
So you guys are gonna die. Sorry.
Hold the line. Those cowards will be dealt with.
An actual challenge, you see. Alright.
The second force shield is up ahead. It looks like it's been damaged by orbital bombardment. You might be able to bash your way through it with your lightsaber.
Never mind, you guys weren't a challenge. Oh! If you force disable me, though. Hold on, Kreia. I'm gonna do a little bit of cheating. But yes, let's see. I went for a bike ride today, so that was good. Very good. I don't remember what else I did today. I submitted my passport to be renewed. I have not done that in a... I needed to get that renewed because there's a high probability that I will be going to Toronto here in February to work. I don't know why my brain is having such a hard time processing this at the moment, but yeah, I needed to renew my passport, so I have that. I started that process today. Should be done in time, I hope. Let's see, what else did I do today? Went for a bike ride, as I said. I was fairly chilly here. I kind of like a chilly bike ride, though. It was 30 degrees and 20-mile-per-hour winds with gusts up to 30 and 40. So it was a good challenge. I definitely happened to enjoy it, but it was definitely noticeable as well. I mean, Canada's not the best place. I'm not going to disagree with that, but I can at least see Kate Holmes, so that'll be good. I've been wanting to meet her for years at this point, so I'm looking forward to that. Because she lives in the exact area where I'll be going.
Ahead is the throne room. We must get to the Queen to protect her. If you're heading
I'm glad to, thank you.
Follow you there. The palace itself has been breached.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. I just wanted to say, sorry. Yeah. Honestly, if they got Trudeau out of office, Canada would probably be a lot better.
Hopefully, we still have time to save the Queen. Straight ahead is the throne room. Vaklu's hand-picked troops will probably be here. I'm gonna stay here and keep the intersection secure. If any more royalists arrive, I'll keep them organized.
I will save.
Shut the outer door now.
What are you, a coward?
I'm impressed you made it this far, but you are too late. Soon the Queen will be dead, and General Vaklu will be the new king. This is no ordinary door between us. The same material is used for the hull of capital-class vessels. I'm afraid you will find it quite impregnable. I'm afraid it is. Now, if you will excuse me, we have one last barrier to take care of.
Fair enough. All right. Let's see what else is here.
Everyone down.
Sorry to not stay long like always, but I do need to head out so I can go. Fair. The promise I love being here and hearing about how things are going for you. I appreciate that. No, I understand, Britt. I appreciate any time that you can make, and I'm always glad to see you. So thank you. You have a good day, and God bless. I will probably be streaming more this week, honestly, because it's my birthday, so I will be doing a couple birthday streams. Well, not my birthday's Friday, is what I'm trying to say, but one second. But I do want to take advantage of that, is what I'm trying to say. Do, 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 do. The woman? I don't believe she's on our Discord. I don't know if she's on Discord. I don't know if she's not on Discord at all, though. That's a fair question. We'll go down. Really? Okay. Where'd that come from? There you go, Kriya. You're healed. Have fun. That's her. She does have a Twitter. I do follow her on Twitter. I just don't tweet that much. Pardon me, Zwitter. I honestly don't know why Elon didn't just call it Zwitter. It sounds so much cooler than X. I get it. He has a fest.
We'll need more of our men to smoke the royalists out of their hole. I don't trust those Sith or their beasts. And another thing, if I catch any more of my men looting, then the Queen's Guard will be the least of your worries.
And listen, I balloon. Hello.
More where that came from.
Fair.
More where that came from.
Let's see. I think it'll tell me when the, Oh gosh, no. Okay. There we go. Yeah. It's not really a skin off my back. I'll just deal with your stupid poison. And then I'll stab you when I find you.
Thanks for your help. Queen Talia is the rightful ruler of Onderon.
Sounds good. Welcome back. As I said, I just have a little bit of ads here and there now, just so as to go ahead and hopefully improve the channel a little bit. So that money will be put towards one of two things: either more emotes and such, and gear, equipment, or it'll be going towards charity. This time it will be towards charity, because that's just how I like to. I like to do every other time to charity. Fine. What? No. Really? Do I really want to do all that? I do. I want what's inside. I guess I should have saved beforehand. Okay, fair enough. That kind of sucks. We'll go the right path this time first. Just for something a little bit different.
Shut the... I'm afraid it is. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Shame on me, though. Yes, I'd like to skip the cutscene, please. I've seen this. Shame, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on... I mean, this is the first time, but still. I think about getting some emotes as well, mainly because someone I recommended to an artist went with... What do you mean? Mainly because I recommended... Someone I recommended to an artist went with someone else. Now I feel bad. Oh, you recommend somebody else instead of the person that you knew, and now you feel bad, so you want to commission the other person because you feel bad about that, if I'm understanding correctly.
Make sure the defenses are set. Colonel Tobin says the Jedi is coming our way. Take your beasts and attack her. We need more time to prepare. I'm going to the control room. Perhaps
Fair.
The captain can be persuaded to cooperate.
I can understand that then. Yeah, just blow it up. Oh, Perry went down. Didn't even notice. Good job, Anton. Alright, fair enough. Okay. Those droids going to bother them? Well, let's make it so they don't. How about that? Let's see if we can just turn stealth mode on. That's what I thought. Okay. Krea's alive and healing. I can understand that then. It can be hard in situations like that. Oh, don't run that way. We still have some remains over here. Alright, Krea, you can have some health as a treat. I just want to see this work once. There we go. There's loot to be... Right, exactly. That's why I went back and decided to reload the other save from earlier. I got the code wrong, and I'd be doing that right now, but I just want a little bit of a in-between, that way it's something different. I just want the door to open. Maybe from another room. I can see that. Alright, I learned my lesson last time. Let's save. And that's why I went ahead and, yeah. Doors are a powerful foe, right? I mean, if you can't open them after you fail once, it's like, yeah. That. Oh, okay. Worth a shot. All right. I want to find out who this is, and I'm going to go ahead. And if they ask for forgiveness, yeah, okay, I'll give it. I won't be happy, but I will do it. I am a better person than that. Nope, Gray went down again.
I don't have time for your resistance, Captain Riken. We need the override code for the palace shields.
And I told you that I don't know. You scanned my ID, you know my post is the merchant quarter.
I'm sure that's what you'd like me to believe.
Basically, yeah.
I've been authorized to use any means at my...
Found the person who would get a kill.
Blast. Defend the security room with your lives. The Jedi could ruin everything.
Oh, hey, Cray is alive. Thank you, cutscene. Very cool. Alright, 1 second, Cray. Maybe I should give her a better cloak.
More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from.
Did you guys know that there's more? Where that? Hey, come on! Stop it! Stop!
More where that came from.
It's just annoying. You're gonna die, buddy. Deal with it, nerd.
More where that came from.
Well, what do you know? They were right. That little surprise they had was not, in fact, enough. Would really hate to be the hacker at the moment. Let's see if we got anything better. Let's see. That's fair. All right. Three. Okay. Sounds good, Hams. Thank you for being here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Maybe we should give her a lightsaber. She'd probably appreciate it. Oh no, please don't tell me you crashed. Oh, please. Please. Oh no, I definitely crashed. Okay. Let's see how far back we are. I'm waiting for the cloud to finish sinking. Why, it should not take you this long to sink. Oh, what's going on here? Why are we getting drop frames again? We done with the drop frames? Might be. Well, I saved at least somewhat recently, so that's good now that I think about it. Yeah. Not too far back. A little farther back than I would have liked, but that's acceptable. We can make Kreia a little better, give her a slightly better... And just give her a lightsaber, which will probably help her out. She didn't crash this time, which that's nice. Alrighty. Let's do this then. You guys, alright, we already did this. See, you guys shouldn't have lived. You shouldn't have crashed, because I'm just going through you guys faster now. Congratulations. Okay, stop that.
More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from.
All right, come on. That'll help Kreia. Actually, I gotta start using this one, don't I? Or is it this one? That one. Welcome back. We had a crash. That's why we're back where we were previously. Just as a heads up. Unfortunately, really would have preferred the game to have not crashed. It just works. I mean, with this one, I'm willing to give it a little bit of a pass. It's an almost 20-year-old game if it isn't 20 years old. So, it doesn't always like to work properly on modern PCs. I will give it a little bit of a pass in this case. Just a little bit. I know that they have released updates and stuff so as to keep this one working, unlike Knights of the Republic 1, which is more of a pain to get working on PC. It's doable, but it's not my favorite. Part of the reason why I bought Knights of the Republic 1 again for Switch. That way it's like, okay. And because I do really like these games. They are definitely a fairly big part of my childhood. I will not deny that. There's a lot of games I would say. I haven't played Wario Land 2, and I would say that's a big part of my childhood, along with Wario Land 4. 3 I enjoy, but not as much as the rest of them. Oh boy, do we get to kill the hacker?
More where that came from. 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 More where that came from.
Yeah, honestly, KOTOR 1 is still doable. It's just not as steady, honestly, stable. But KOTOR 1 is still a good game. I just prefer KOTOR 2. They're both good in different ways, I would say. Encountering the abundant regard for all life forms. Powered by Gen fellows. I mean, no malice. Haha, just misunderstanding, really. You seem to have enjoyed your job. I take pride in my skill, and your constant avoiding my careful plans caused some measure of distress. But I can now see the error of my ways. I should go right now and contemplate the depth of my mistake. I don't believe a word you've said. I have perhaps embellished a little, but this is true. I am done working for Valkyrie. I just want to survive. Awareness. I can tell you weren't lying about that. Of course not. It's obvious to me, at least, that General Vlaku is not going to win today. Survival is my first concern. If it cause you any more complications would be counterproductive to that goal. Would you help me clear Dagon Gant? Incidentally, perhaps, I just answered a heavily armed Jedi truthfully. Then later I helped the same heavily armed Jedi with a quick task. I waived payment, I might add. It may have helped, but I saw it as the most prudent course. I'm less interested in politics than whatever can give me more material advantages. Let me access the This is fair. I'll wait here. I'm not a criminal. I should be fine, right?
Thank you. Now that you've got me out, you need to get the primary security console's override code, then lock the terminal down. Once you've got that code, if you can get to the secondary security station, you'll control the entire palace's security systems.
Do I get the code?
The slicer's still logged into his account. You should be able to just get whatever you need.
Let's see it right now. Alright. Epicenter 6 program. Valuable secret, samurai trade. That doesn't change anything, right? I guess we'll find out, but I mean, listen, I'm a Catholic. I'm not gonna kill you. You surrendered. I try to do the right thing. Even in a video game. Some people might find that foolish, but me. If they want to find it foolish, they can. I do not think it is. How did I get in there? Oh, did I forget to open all the doors? Son of a... Okay. Time to kill you again. One hit. Nice.
Salía.
Thank you. Once
Excuse me, Cray, you're in the way. If purgatories count for visit, that's true. Then we're for long visit. I try, but yes, I understand what you're saying. Well, there's one other thing we can try. Because now that he shouldn't be hacking it... Oh. Okay. That's silly. But fine, I guess, whatever. Maybe this wasn't ever supposed to technically be opened. Whatever.
Just say the word.
Do you have any security? Yeah, okay. Let's see. Why not, really? What other option do I have? We'll probably go here for about another 28 or so minutes. Basically do the other side. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I was hoping. We might finish this tonight. I do need to do a little bit of stuff before I go to bed tonight. I need to do my arm exercises. It looks like my wife is not coming down to do Wholesome Monster Girl Academia, unfortunately. As I said, I told her she should get out of bed and not have the lights off, otherwise she'd be too tired, and lo and behold, here she is. I love her. But it's like, this thing I tell you. This thing that I know that happens. Maybe you shouldn't do it, you silly Billy.
Everyone down. More where that came from.
That's a lot of damage. Thank you for the heals. I do appreciate it. Of course, if I was going full tryhard, these guys would not stand a chance, admittedly.
Time to even the odds. More where that came from. More where that came from.
I'll go see Blue for the last stream of the year anyway. That's fair. Oh, was this her last stream anyways? have not caught much of her streams lately, unfortunately. I haven't caught her streams in a long time, actually, which is unfortunate, because I'd like to, there's too many streamers. Like, I want to watch Junie, I want to watch Punch, I want to watch Matt.
Tell the Colonel we'll need more of our men to smoke the Royalists.
That's 2023, yeah.
I don't trust those Sith. Oh, they're beasts. And another thing, if I catch any more of my men looting, then the Queen's Guard will be the least of your worries.
I mean, I'll be looting, don't worry.
I will silence this one. More where that came from.
Okay.
More where that came from.
You do not need to heal yourself, you just need to die. Yeah.
More where that came from. Let us
It's really nice that P-Tony streams at a different time, because that does help. Woo! They got a little confused there, I reckon. What are lightning gloves? They make force shock better or something? I could see that. It's late, but I haven't fallen asleep. That's fair. I get that. I usually don't stream this late, but since I have not been... I mean, I know I usually don't... Yeah, on the weekdays, but I have not been streaming as much as I've been wanting to lately. So I'm just trying to make up for that and basically having to stream every night this week, except for except for Friday. Because I need to drive to North Carolina on Friday, so I am not having a stream on Saturday, I should say. That's why I'm not on Friday. California. I'd love to stream later. It's just, since I have work a lot of the time, like, as is, 10 o'clock has to be my cutoff point here in a couple minutes, and that'll be the same for every night. Oos, oos. Oh no, please don't tell me that I made a mistake again. Find out in a second, I guess. Because what if, by disabling the other one, this one's disabled too? Oh no. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna save first. Yep, I'm visiting my parents for Christmas, so... Let's say, I know you moved. I don't remember where you moved to. Otherwise, I would offer 66, 45. That one was actually not hard. I messed up on the first one. Is this the Queen's chamber? Like her bedroom? That looks like a bedroom, not a storage area. Locker, please work. Hello, I am under the water. Please help. Listen, I don't care if it's locked.
Damn thing's stuck.
Crystal red, crystal silver, okay. I'm probably going to visit the 8'11" bridge again, just...
I don't know how you made it, but well done. Come in quickly before more Sith or Vaklu troops arrive. We got split off from Talia's troops by the currents of this war. We really need to talk, but Cadron and I are coordinating the defense of the war. I know Captain
That's fair,
Cadron
Holmes. I couldn't remember, yeah.
a dangerous assignment. He's in the other room.
We'll still meet in February, so...
No one else could do the job. I'm not her bodyguard. We were fighting at the palace gates. There were too many of them. We'll talk when all of this is over. Until then, may the Force be with you.
Exactly. Looking forward to it, honestly.
The defensive eyes is...
Yeah, but I want to take a look at whatever. Uh-oh, he said the word.
So, you're the Jedi, eh? Well, the comm chatter we've intercepted is filled with reports about you. You fought right through their flank on the sky ramp? We desperately need someone like you. We've managed to hold this part of the palace, but Vaklu's forces control the rest. We need to get to the Queen before that flaming Drexel breaks through the inner door. There are 2 security consoles in the palace. The primary security console is on the other side of the palace.
Take care of him already.
There's an expert slicer over there who's been hampering our every move. We need to transfer all primary functions to our terminal here, then disable the primary security console.
Uh-oh.
That will also take their slicer out of the picture. After that, we'll control... You have? Oh, son of a mudrak! Corporal, use this code to open the outer door to the throne room. The door's open. Hurry!
Yeah, I need to check on the loot here. Hold on, then we'll go. Queen in danger? Nah, fam. We'll be right there. We got loot to find first. Alright, now we're good. So yeah, I guess we'll finish this planet and then we'll save it there because we're almost done. Oh, I missed one. Probably should get the increased HP regeneration here. Would not be a bad idea, truth be told. Where's the king? Which king? Oh, for here. You know, that's a good question. I don't know. They never addressed that. That is a good question. Oh no, look at you. You thought you'd hold us off.
Die already. You will go no further than this.
Close the door on Sammy.
Too late. Our pet beast is about to breach the force field to the throne room. The Queen will be dead in moments.
Are you sure about that? Oh shoot, he's sure about that.
Watch out! I've lost control of the beast!
Okay, are you sure about that? Beast has had enough? Good.
Ignore the beast. Into the throne room. The Queen must die.
Okay, Beast, you're not being as helpful as I was hoping for. Well, you took out one other at least.
Blast it all.
You have fun with that. Bye! Oh. Alright, I kinda wanna beat you up. Hold on. I'm almost ready to start slapping you around. Imagine dying to this monster. Couldn't be me. Bullied by hubris, right? Alright, Royalists. Kick their butts. Tink tink. Yep. It's truly one of the sounds of our time. Hold on, guys. I need... Get out of my way, please. There's remains to be had. Game. Why is that not working? At least I thought there was remains to be had. There we go. I'm not worried. Based in monarchy build. As long as I let the monarchy take over, which I'm going to, obviously. Aw. Buddy, you killed my friends. Oh. Hold on, I'll be right back for you guys. Oh, okay. Oh. Did we actually get to finish him in time, or did the game just go, eh? He was dead anyways. Who cares, really? Would be kind of funny, not gonna lie. You guys should have gone to the other side. Your friends needed some help.
Your time is at an end, Talia. Your people have abandoned you, and now your life is forfeit.
No, you.
You would destroy everything just for your ambition, Vaklu. The Republic, ISIS, everything.
That is a gross simplification, Talia. Change is a painful process. A price must be paid. But Onderon will have a new destiny. One larger than you could imagine.
You're getting careless, Vaklu. One more mistake, and you're the one who will pay the price.
Damn you! Your skill with the blade won't save you from my men. Goodbye, Talia. Fire! What? The Jedi lives? But how?
Because your men suck.
Kill her and the Queen men, quickly. They must not be allowed to live.
Here, I won't even go full sicko mode on you. How about that, buddy?
You've won this battle, Talia. But your reign won't be an easy one.
Still not even going full sicko mode, and you still lost.
And you're too attached to it.
He's too dangerous to leave alive. As distasteful as it is, it might be best to silence him forever. Until he's dead, all of Onderon is in peril.
So what will it be, Your Majesty? Send me to your best detention cell. I will be free within the week, and vengeance will be mine.
Are you so sure of my decision, Vaklu? I appreciate the Jedi's counsel, but as monarch, I decree you are guilty of treason. The punishment is death, to be carried out immediately. Captain Cadron?
Talia, you can't. You're too weak. What about my trial?
What trial, bro? You were literally...
But he will rise again. He has too many supporters. I do appreciate your counsel, but he must be killed.
I mean, that's not necessarily unfalse.
The price if you are wrong. I thought I could order this, but I can't. It would be breaking our laws. You will stand trial, Vaklu. Take him away. What is done?
It's possible, Hums. I don't think Revenge of the Sith was out at this point.
The service you have given us can ever be repaid. I must go with Captain Cadron. The fighting must be stopped. I will be back shortly to try and repay you. The crisis is over thanks to you and Master Kavar. I believe he'd like to speak to you, if you'll excuse me.
The wound is not a mortal one, though it has been some time since I exercised my healing powers. There is a shred of life within you still. A gift from your master, no doubt.
Great, you literally healed earlier. I saw it.
Tobin, your part in this is not over. Colonel Tobin, I am with Vaklu. The war has gone against him. He sent me to rescue you, to tell you you must make haste off-planet. The Jedi have struck. They had a secret academy buried on Telos, and they are showing themselves at last. We are all in danger.
What? But the Jedi are gone. They have all but vanished.
So we all thought, but they have hidden themselves on Telos.
Freya, you stinky.
This war can still be won, and Onderon can be freed.
Indeed. This war is far from over.
Freya, you stinky.
The Queen has requested you stay here until she gets back. I imagine you'll get some sort of reward. Talk with Master Kavar. She shouldn't take too long.
I just wanted to take a look at what was up there. That was all.
The Force works in mysterious ways, it seems. There are times I'm not convinced it doesn't have a sense of humor. We spend all this time looking for you, and you came to us. I thought you might return to Onderon. Looks like just in time. I told the other masters that our only chance to figure out what was happening to us was to find you, and try to understand what happened to you. I don't know how much you know about this threat that's striking at the Jedi. It's attacking us through the Force. Varuk didn't believe me, but he was willing to travel to Dantooine, if only to help the settlers there, and perhaps protect what was left of the Jedi Enclave. Whatever the reason, having us all drop out of sight, I thought might make the enemy more bold. But then you happened. You came back, and you became a new target for whoever was attacking us. They were places touched by war, and we thought there was a chance you would return to these worlds, if only to try and make peace with what happened there during the war. But now the Sith have revealed themselves. That means the remaining Jedi will gather on Dantooine. From there, we can counterattack. Telos? But Telos was destroyed during the Jedi Civil War. I heard they're trying to rebuild. Atris? I thought Atris had gone to Qatar. Too many Jedi have scattered. The Council needs to gather. We cannot remain concealed any longer. We knew that someone was preying on us, hunting us. Finally, the Jedi decided to take action, and called a secret conclave on Qatar to decide what must be done. Before the meeting could even begin, all the Jedi on the planet were killed, along with the Miralukas and all other life on the planet.
Dang.
Their deaths could be felt throughout the galaxy. So the Council decided that we must not present ourselves as a target again. The consequences to others were just too great. That we should use our resources to find who was responsible and deal with them. I think you're the only one who's made progress. The difficulties you surmounted to get here. You must have many questions. You deserve answers.
About Spider-Man.
I know that all too well. I came here to find them, to trace them to their source. The war on Duxon and Onderon. I had thought that perhaps the tragedies that occurred here were concealing them. The Jedi Order has been fighting the dark side since the beginning. Our rules and the Jedi Code provide protection from what's inside each of us. The dark side is always there, and it is something that can never truly be defeated. I feel our current troubles, though, are beyond what we faced before. This threat that is targeting us, drawing us out, it's not a battle we're used to, and it has ended many of us. Not enough. I feel it is something that was born from the wars that have struck the Republic. The threat is Sith, but the manner and timing of their attacks is difficult to defend against. We don't know all that the Sith planned during the Jedi Civil War. What secret training grounds may still remain. What worlds he discovered. We just don't know. Even after we deal with this current threat, I fear we may be dealing with the legacy of the Jedi Civil War for years to come.
Probably true.
You've had more success than I. General Vaklu's men and their allies effectively kept me pinned inside the palace. I felt all along that Vaklu had contacted the Sith, but the identity and purpose of the Sith, I can't say. The Jedi Order has been fighting the dark side since the beginning. Our rules and the Jedi Code provide protection from what's inside each of us. The dark side is always there, and it is something that can never truly be defeated. This threat that is targeting us...
Okay.
They wanted to aid General Vaklu in breaking away from the Republic. If Onderon became independent, this place would be an excellent staging ground for them. But I fear it was more than that. That the consequences of Onderon's fall would have greater implications for the galaxy. Whatever I... Scattered, searching for you. Going to places where they thought they might cross your path. You were our last hope. I think we all know that Vrook isn't easily swayed from his convictions, and his views on anyone who went to the Mandalorian Wars are low. Yes, at least that's what I asked them to do. I believe you are the key to this whole war. When you stood before us in the council chamber on Coruscant, we felt something from you we'd never felt before. It was as if the Force had died within you, leaving you hollow. We had suspicions as to why this was.
Get the Holo app!
But rather than try to understand...
Admittedly, I am kind of upset that they got Liam Neeson to come on the Holo app. I get that he's a big actor, but since he does support abortion, that's not a good thing. Not a good look. But I don't think it's a reason to boycott them entirely, honestly. Everybody makes dumb decisions. It's not like Holo themselves are supporting abortion.
It's not an easy thing to face. Whatever is attacking us, it is leaving something in its wake. Something we haven't felt since you stood before us in judgment. The deaths of the Jedi, the destruction of Qatar, all of these things are leaving behind echoes, like the one we felt from you in the council chamber.
I have actually been meaning to use the Holo app. My main problem with the Holo app is it's not loud enough. I know that sounds weird, but
Plus, there was a chance
I want it to be louder for when I'm biking.
And that we couldn't allow. If you couldn't feel the Force, then it would just make you a target. I don't know how you got back, but I'm glad you're here. The thing is, in traveling to these places where war was fought, we felt the same thing.
Freedom Tunes Holo ads are the second best. Have you seen Laura Trent's Holo ads, Homs?
Through the Force in such places. Too much pain occurred here. It makes listening to the
They are still really good, though.
We resolved to meet again on Dantooine.
Sounds like you want the Holo app? What's the Holo app, Cynic? Welcome back, by the way.
I happened to be here when it struck.
Oh, because I want it louder.
I can join the others on Dantooine.
I appreciate you. Thank you. That took me a second to get it.
Whatever I can tell you, I will. There was nothing else we could do.
Lures are hilarious.
You followed Revan to war. I know why you did it, but in so doing, much more harm was done. But you must understand, the exile was never the punishment you thought it to be. We could not have made you do such a thing in any event. I think you knew, inside, what you needed to do in order to heal. All those lives during the Mandalorian Wars, and all those you've served beside. Too much death leaves echoes in the Force. It is the price for having such connection.
That's fair, Homs. Laura stuff is really good, honestly.
The Council's judgment, to wander beyond the Rim, and why you traveled with no one, and did not stay in any place too long. I have thought of you since your trial, and there are times when I wonder if being connected to the Force is always the gift it is believed to be.
I think Sheamus has also even joked about how his just aren't quite as good as hers, if I remember correctly.
What? Cut you off from the Force? Why do you think the Council was responsible for that? No, I'm afraid the cause of your condition was as great a mystery to the Council as it is to you.
Wimps make wishes, Slayers say prayers. That is good. I can't deny it.
You always had deep connections to the Force. I'm glad to see that it is once again your ally. When I first sparred with you during your training as a Padawan, I could tell that you were different. And it wasn't just your strong connection to the Force. Whatever. So, you heard what we said. These questions I cannot answer. This is something the Council must answer, not I. You must understand. This is hard for me, especially after all you've done, but it is necessary. Did you know that when I was training you, I considered making you my Padawan? I didn't. The demands of the Jedi Council were too great, and you even became a Guardian. I had hoped I could train you to eventually replace me. You have such potential. So the decision that had to be made was not easy, but I cannot say anything more. Whatever I... That sounds like the bond that often forms between master and apprentice. But to that degree, you always did form connections to others, strong ones, even when you were a student. But what you are describing is beyond me. I'm sure others in the Jedi Council would be able to assist you, if you could find them.
I think that's it, yeah.
There is something I would like to teach you. It is a technique which...
I really should use these techniques. I don't change them nearly enough.
To overwhelm a particular opponent quickly. For these situations, use the Juyo form. Do not get carried away using this form, particularly against Dark Jedi. The ferocity required to use this form leaves one vulnerable to enemy force powers.
But what if I just go ahead and make it so they, I'm immune to force powers?
I'm impressed with how quickly you
I
always knew you were gifted. I'm going to Dantooine. The Jedi Council vowed to assemble again when the Sith revealed themselves. Now that they've attacked Onderon, we can act. Our paths will cross again. May the Force be with you.
I'm sorry to keep you here. I needed to thank you personally for all of your help. Onderon owes both you and Master Kavar a debt that can never truly be repaid. Battles still wage in our streets, but by morning the conflict should be over.
Hey Star, how are you doing?
I must leave soon, but please, take this. I had also planned on giving you some relics from Onderon's past, but Vaklu's troops looted our museum. I hope the credits and my sincere thanks are enough. Captain Bostuko has made arrangements for a shuttle to take you to your ship. I fear it will be quite some time before you can come back. The war was brief but destructive. I will focus all of my energy on rebuilding Isis. Thank you again. I must go.
If you will follow me, I will take you to your shuttle.
Thank you. Sounds good, Holmes. You have a good night. I will be wrapping up here in a second as well. Wait, I wanted there was some remains there. Okay. This is the wrong cutscene. This is not the right one. It should be a different one. Yeah, that's the wrong one. You blew it! Uh-oh. My mouse is, white. Which I seem to remember that causing an issue last time. Guess we'll find out in a second.
We should return to the Ebon Hawk now and plot our next course of action.
Why is Baldur here? He wasn't in the party. Well, it seems to be fine. You're not gonna be wrong, I like Baldur, but it's still like, listen, buddy, you were at the... Whatever. Oh, there, yeah. I mean, yeah, if I'm planning to use that, I may as well take that, and then, yeah. Let's get on the Ebon Hawk. Well, actually, let's save to make sure that that thing does not happen. We'll save again on the Ebon Hawk, and we will, call it there after that. I'm gonna look into rating somebody, but I'd like to read 4 pages of Paul of Tarsus first. Because I have work tomorrow, so I cannot stay up too late. Hello, little remote. Goto, no! Pardon me. I did want to check a couple things at first, and then we will get off. Damage bonus plus 2 to 12 electrical when unarmed. Okay, never mind. Lost interest. Immediate interest lost. See if we can make the lights set. Well, actually, hold on. Strength plus 3. And we are on just it, which is that's good. I think I'd rather the strength plus 3. Defense, yeah, no. You like a hurricane. On damage plus 3, plus 2 to 12 damage. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to, but... Okay, I think that's about as much as we can still do for the time being, which is fine. Still doing 25 to 50 on one and 17 to 42 on another, which is... Look at that strength. Bonga, bonga. Like, seriously, she is ripped. I don't think she could possibly be more... Well, I mean, she will eventually, but it's just like... pure muscle. One might say it's ultimate muscle. Okay. Let's read 4 pages of Paul of Tarsus, and then we will end for the night. So, we'll do... yeah. I don't remember if we finished last time, but we may as well. The imprisonment in Caesarea was now far into the 2nd year, and apparently no change in the apostles' position would have taken place if events had not been set in motion by a bloody occurrence. Caesarea was a city where Jews and Gentiles had equal rights, and because of this equality, violent conflicts often took place in the city. Such a fight took place now, and this time the Greeks were defeated. Felix arrived on the scene and ordered the Jews to be cleared from the streets. When the Jews refused to obey, the Roman cohorts went into action, massacred a large number of Jews, and burned many Jewish homes to the ground. The howling protest finally reached Rome, where the Jews had great influence. Felix's patrons in Rome had died. His brother Pallas was in disgrace. Felix was recalled. One of his last official acts was to put Paul in irons again and leave him under arrest for his successor. The year when Felix left office, AD 60, is one of the most reliable dates in the life of the apostle. Chapter 52, I appeal to Caesar. Then Festus, having conferred with the council, answered, "Have you appealed to Caesar? To Caesar shall you go." The new governor, Portius Festus, who arrived in Caesarea at the beginning of autumn AD 60, was a descendant of an old senatorial family from Tusculum near Rome. He was a member of the old Roman nobility, an official of the old school. He was known to be a firm, just, and loyal administrator. After a 3-day rest, Festus went up to Jerusalem to meet the Jewish authorities and to hold court and dispose of any trials on the docket. Immediately, the leaders, the priests, especially the new high priest, Ismail ben Fabi, began swarming around him. That highest religious office in the country was now obtainable for the payment of money. An old Talmudic tradition said, "Woe is me because of the house of Ismail ben Fabi. They are the high priests. Their sons are the treasurers of the temple. The sons-in-law are the rulers of the temple, and their servants beat the people with rods." The interval of 2 years had not quieted their hatred for Paul. Now, indeed, they had fresh hopes for his conviction by the new governor, who knew nothing about Jewish affairs. Festus was like a new English official who goes out to India and must decide between 2 quarreling Hindu sects. The Jewish priest asked Festus for a favor at the beginning of his term, a gift, to hand over to them the prisoner Paul so that they could try him in their court in Jerusalem. They'd already planned... One second. Just realizing why I'm hot. I had the space heater on because I was cold. Now I'm too hot. They'd already planned how they would murder him on the way to Jerusalem. But Festus was not nearly as inexperienced as they thought. He had read the proceedings of Paul's case. "No," he told the priest. "Paul will remain where he is. Roman justice does not permit anyone to make a gift of the life of a prisoner. If you have a case, bring it to my court in Caesarea." Thus, Paul was obliged to submit once more to the procedure of a futile court trial. This new trial, which took place after 10 days, is the third scene that Luke describes in his journal. For Festus, it was a new and unaccustomed experience. His first contact with fanatical Judaism with that howling, gesticulating, threatening mob that milled around the prisoner, insulting him and calling for his blood. Two things were at once clear to Festus. He perceived that the case concerned the Jewish religion, its law, or its temple, all of which are unintelligible to a Roman. Festus felt the case belonged to some religious tribunal, but without Paul's consent, he could not take him from an imperial court to be tried by a Jewish tribunal. Everywhere and at all times, a Roman citizen had the right to be tried only by an imperial court. Festus therefore suggested to Paul that he ask for a change of venue. This unexpected suggestion confronted Paul with a difficult problem. Festus was right. The issue was essentially religious, but it had a political aspect because of the Roman law's cognizance of religion. It was therefore a mixed case. Paul had always taken the stand that religious problems should be solved by religious means. If he was to go to Jerusalem for trial, would he not be violating his own principles? Or should he also countenance a mixture of religion and politics? It was not an easy matter to decide. But Paul had long ago rejected the competence of the Jewish courts in religious matters. He no longer acknowledged the competence of the Sanhedrin in this issue or of his conscience. As far as the religious aspect of his case went, Paul felt that it could be adjudicated only by a higher authority, before God's tribunal, and in that court he knew the sentence had already been handed down. Only one issue remained in Paul's mind, whether he had violated the law of the Roman state. If the imperial court decided that he was guilty, he would not refuse to die, for then he would be dying for his faith and not as the victim of a miscarriage of Jewish justice. Since, however, the governor refused to admit that the religious issue was solved, he himself felt incompetent to give a decision. Paul was obliged to eliminate the governor's jurisdiction with his famous declaration, "I appeal to Caesar." Magical words. They represent the most precious privilege of a Roman citizen by being tried by the imperial court in Rome, no matter where he was. That supreme court in Rome enjoyed the confidence of all men. As soon as a Roman citizen pronounced these magical words, all other courts in the world became incompetent. Since the time of Augustus, the Roman law permitted such an appeal even during the trial of a lower court. And not only after such court had given sentence. The appeal set aside not only a conviction, but also an acquittal. By this appeal, Paul had outmaneuvered his opponents. Festus breathed a sigh of relief. After a short conference with his legal advisors, the governor announced the appeal in the customary legal form. "Have you appealed to Caesar? To Caesar you shall go." All Festus had to do now was to send Paul under military guard to Rome, with an accompanying letter describing the issue. But Festus was in doubt how to sum up the case. Just at this time, fortunately, King Herod Agrippa II of northern Palestine arrived for a state visit with his sister Bernice to congratulate the new governor. Agrippa was an influential personage in Rome. In fact, he had been instrumental in having Festus appointed to his present position. Like no other, Agrippa was qualified to advise Festus in this complicated case by birth, a Jew, but a Roman of the Romans by training and education. On his points, he called himself Philosocher Philomoros, Caesar's friend of the Romans, friend of the Romans. For political reasons, he had studied the Jewish religion and was considered an expert in the field, but personally he belonged to the elegant, cultured group of liberal Jews. He had the right to appoint the high priest and was himself the supervisor of the temple treasury, an office which turned out to be lucrative. We will read more about that next time, because it is time for me to head to bed. Let's see, we got a couple people we can... Is Punch still live? Yes, he is. I think we shall go ahead and raid Punch then. So I will see you guys later. I will be back tomorrow. So yeah, you make sure that you all happen to have a good day. God bless. Remember that God loves each and every one of you. Thank you everybody for being here, and you have a good day. God bless. Pax et bonum.